Hello, I'm Alexander Skinner, and this is,
Susan Lewis,
and you are age-wise
52 years old.
52 years old. As you can see, we're in the gym area. So let's start with the questions. Why are you physically active?
I don't remember a time I wasn't, because I grew up in the area before electronics. So it's just what you did. You walked to school. I didn't take a bus. I participated in sports at school, rode bicycles with friends in the summer, lived at the swimming pool in the summer. You know, went to college, between walking all over campus, walking to campus. I never thought of it as being physically active. It was just my lifestyle of how I lived.
Nice. Since you've been living this active lifestyle, so to speak, when did you actually get into like clear cut, all right, this is an exercise routine, like, because I know you're in my aqua fitness class, I see you in the gym, not only are you in my fitness class, but you're in others and you do stuff at home. When did you actually start doing an exercise pattern or hitting the gym or doing an exercise of that sort?
Well, after marrying and having children and realizing you aren't doing as much physical activity, when my daughter started kindergarten full-time and was in school, and obviously I was at work full-time, but I had that hour lunch. What do I do with it? And at the time, we had a women's gym here in Emporia called Magic Mirror available, and they taught a noon fitness class that was designed for people who have 12 to 1 o'clock lunches. So the fitness class was 12:15, 12:45. Walked in, run down there, changed real quick. She did a 30-minute step aerobics class. Put your clothes back on, went back to work. And so that became my routine. I did that for about a year and a half, and then the owner of it, Barb Rourke, shut down her business and came to manage the fitness room here at the rec center. So I followed her here and took her noon classes here. And then you expand from there and learn, instead of just taking classes, to use the free weights, the treadmills, for cardio. The pool was here, so then you start taking swimming classes. And, as the kids get older and leave home, so you don't have to rush home after work, you can squeeze in more stuff than that 30 minutes at noon.
And moving from the next thing to the next thing, learning the next thing, doing all these activities, have you feel like it's changed you into where like now it's just like one of those things where you got to get your exercise in for that day, or like
oh yeah,
you
it's a
can't
habit
go without
that
it?
I happened to have missed yesterday. We were really busy at work. It was one of those days you had to miss. So therefore your joints just get all achy and stiff. You go to get up and you can hardly walk. And you don't sleep as well at night. And so yeah, I couldn't wait to get here today, just to stretch my joints out. And I feel better now, even after putting in an 8-hour work day and exercising and swimming for an hour. I feel better now than when I did when I got out of bed this morning.
Nice. And so that being said, you said that your family is now kind of moved out. You have more time to dedicate towards exercising and stuff. How does your family feel about, or friends feel if you're exercising? Are they big supporters of you, hitting the gym, getting exercise, being fit, or
support in terms of they know it's what I do. My mom knows that I come here at noon, and sometimes if she needs to meet up with me to give me something, she'll go, "You're going to be at the gym at noon. I'll meet you in the parking lot." They just know I'm here. My daughter knows my schedule, and she will usually wait and call me later in the evening and say, "Are you on your way home?" Saturday morning, she knows I'm driving here to come swimming, so she knows that by 9:30 she can call me up and we can talk while I'm driving here.
Exercise-wise, do you feel like a lot of your friends, they're also very fit and like you exercise with them, or do you feel like it's kind of like exercise is kind of that social thing where you've made a lot of friends just by being active?
Yeah, it's more of a social things, the friends that I know here, as opposed to, in school growing up, going bicycling with friends, and even in college doing that, it was joint friends things. But as we all grew apart and had families, I then don't have necessarily the friends I hang out with that we say, hey, let's meet and go for a jog or a walk. I don't have those friends anymore. Although I have done a few 5Ks with a few of them. We exercise on our own, but we say, hey, this 5K's coming up, let's go do it together.
That's always fun. Do you feel like there's anything that hinders you, just like older age groups or anything, from being able to be more physically active? Not necessarily from the stage point of coming to a place like this, but even just outdoor activity or activity in general.
A lot of it either can be for work-related reasons. Sometimes, you get done with work and you want to go home and fix supper, take care of your family. Maybe your kids need to be somewhere, and those are always going to be a priority. And it's a challenge to find a way to work their activities and yours together. Like if they do have a free night off, let's find a way as a family to go outdoors and do something together. And then, your kids do grow up and move on, and then you realize this arthritis is setting in and your joints hurt, and I don't want to do that, that hurts. But they don't realize that you, in the long run, will feel better. It may be a little sore getting started, but with each step and each day, you're going to notice that those joints are getting looser and looser. And if you do have a bad knee, pick something you can do that doesn't require you to use that bad knee.
Right.
Whether, because especially in the fitness room, there's lots of equipments that you can do, just upper body, just lower. They have stuff designed just for people who had knee replacements, hip replacements. So you can use that equipment and not put weight on the joints. The pool, I know we have a lot of people in our class, you may not realize how many of them have bad knees or bad knee problems, and they're there specifically because it takes the weight off that knee and they can actually exercise.
It's all good things. Are there things that you would consider more active? Maybe golf is not as big as an active thing as maybe our swimming class.
No, I don't care whether you go bowling, you go golfing. Granted, if you're carrying your clubs, not using the golf cart, it is more physical. But it's still, all of it is better than sitting at home, doing nothing, staring at a TV, or sitting in a restaurant. Because there are more ways to spend time with friends and family than saying, let's go out to dinner, and you wind up sitting in a restaurant eating a big meal for an hour. There are things to do that doesn't require, and yeah, there's lots of physical activities. You don't have to go sweat and get your heart rate up to do some kind of activity. Park farther away in the parking lots. Some of that just becomes routine, and sometimes I get in and out of the store faster if I'm not driving around looking for a parking spot. Just go park, walk in, be done, and you're back out.
And other than just being, like you said, like you've been active forever, is there anything that draws you in? Is it like the social aspect? Is it just staying healthy in general? What's your big motivation and drive that keeps you coming back and exercising?
It is the social thing. If I come after work, it's a way of winding down so that then I'm not letting all that tension and stress out when I get home. I've already, let that stuff go. I'm real relaxed when I get home. But also the health benefits, like I said, I sleep better, just physically feel better. I don't get as tired. I don't require as much sleep. And just like I said, my joints feel better. I can get up and walk. I have a 2-story home. It's easier to climb up and down the stairs than it is if I've sat at home, on a Saturday because it's rainy and nasty outside and you don't want to go out and I didn't want to do housework and I've sat around all day. It hurts just to walk up and down the stairs.
And with that being said, with our last question, do you have any advice for maybe the younger generation or the younger youthful kids, the young adults? Should should they start getting exercise now, kind of prevent later, or do you think they should start looking for programs, or just do their own thing and stay active, kind of like you were active all the way through your life? Do you think you should just kind of coast through it, or you think they should find something for them? Or?
Oh, yeah, my advice is whatever you do from grade school, high school, on into college, just never stop. Always find something to do. Find an activity. And it doesn't have to be a set exercise routine, but find a way every day to do something that keeps your body moving and physically fit. I've watched, my dad had a heart attack in his late 50s. I've had mom with a knee replacement, and I've observed that with older people, and I'm hoping I can prevent some of that happen to me so I can enjoy my kids, my grandkids for a long time. And so don't wait until you're 60 to say, I'm in bad health, I've got to do something. Start that, by the time you hit your 20s. Just whatever activity you can do, just keep doing it.
All right. Well, thank you for the interview. I appreciate it. And I hope to see you in my classes coming up.
Well, I'm glad you've still got more schooling left, so you can still keep on classes. You do work as hard.
The purpose of this interview is to hopefully shine some light on the older age group and what they do to stay fit, and the overall importance of staying active. As you can see from Susan, it's something that helps with staying healthy and gives more of a social aspect. And being the instructor and teaching this class of aqua fitness with these ladies, especially Susan, where there's anywhere from 10 to 20 of them, it seems to hold true because, as she mentioned, it's great for low impact and great for just staying healthy in general, and geared towards what I feel like they truly want to get back out of it. And so, with that being said, it's their social aspect. They've really formed that group. It's a social gathering for them. And so I hope you all have enjoyed this interview, and thanks for watching.